A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. George S. Patton. And that's how we start another episode, another video from Flashpoint Campaigns, Sanford Storm, cross-checking scenario, and I feel like I've already said that quote. Whatever, it fits quite well here. Last time we briefly analyzed the terrain, the objectives, the enemy forces, potential forces, and now we have to deploy our units and execute the plan. So maybe let's start with the plan. As I've mentioned last time, we are going to set up on those hills around Tübingen, both on the western side, south and north of the Ammer River, as well as on southeastern or southern side. So there's plenty of different hills. The city is located in a defile, so we can provide a lot of fire support by our tanks. What about infantry though? Okay, so how many tanks we have? We have two. We have 4 platoons of tanks. We have 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. 4. Okay, 4 anti-tank sections. Those are sections. All of them are sections, right? Yeah, each of 3 vehicles. Is there any HQ for them? Okay, there it is. That's fine. So you have a lot of long-range assets available. So yeah, we really need to set up on those hills. Now, the problem is, of course, with line of sight. It's quite dark because it's 0300 the morning. So the line of sight will be certainly limited. But looks like those anti-tank sections, they are equipped with some good stuff. What kind of sensors you are using? Optical sight with zoom. Okay, thermal imager sights. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Yeah, thermal imagery is so important nowadays on the battlefield. I mean, it was always right when it was first developed, but it makes a huge difference for anybody, either for defenders or attackers. Actually, without thermal imagers at night or night vision, at night you are, well, vulnerable, heavily vulnerable, unfortunately, or fortunately if enemy doesn't have them. But yeah, this is so important to have such stuff with you. Of course, it's costly, but either way, let's start with maybe on the left side with my recon forces. What's here? Okay, that's a links, and that's the HQ. Okay, so that's HQ, 1 section and 2 sections over there. Fair enough. So, what's your line of sight? Oh, your line of sight is dog shit. What a surprise. You don't have thermal imagers? Sensors. No, you have only IR searchlight. Okay. Okay, so I would like to deploy you over there somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe on top of that hill. Let me turn on line of sight. Okay, hopefully they will be able to see a bit more. The dawn is at around 0307. Okay, so that's your deployment zone. We have one more as well. And that gentleman will go... A good question. Maybe we should move it to the right flank, or eastern flank, I'm sorry. Sounds like a plan, because we don't have too many recon assets available, and I would like to really see something from that. Oh, that's a good position. What about that position? I think it's better. It provides a bit more information from multiple directions. Yep, that sounds good. So 1 recon element over there. 1 recon is over there. We will move here. Oh, so maybe we can also set up here. And now we have also that one and that one. That section. we will send it over here on, how is it called? Hornkopf. Okay, so you guys, or that vehicle, the single unit, will try to get on top of that hilltop. Of course, the vision for now is limited. As I've said, it's quite dark, but hopefully that's gonna change soon. And also you have one HQ, and for the HQ, a good question. Let's put it here for now. Of course, your vision is also limited, yeah. And let me click on different units so I don't see that blue color around. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Of course, vision for the HQ is quite limited. Everything is a devil, so for example, we won't be able to see those hexes, unfortunately. Okay, it is what it is. Now, let's start with infantry, and that's the D company. Is it the D company? I think so. Here we have 3 mechanized infantry platoons. They are equipped with Carl Gustav. Maximum range for Carl Gustav is 1 kilometer. Do you have any specific sensors? Okay, you have night vision sights with detection up to kilometer. Okay. And now the question is where we would like to attack with them. I think I would like to occupy the ridge north of Unterjesingen and try to attack from that direction. Of course, terrain is very rough for us. But looks like that's the only option. Also, we could try to outflank the enemies and attack from northeastern side through the urban area. That would make sense, but of course those distances in which we'll fight, they are really low. Short. Okay, so let's put first, second, and the third platoon. I don't know whether should I stack them though. I think I can stack them. It's not a big deal. And also HQ. HQ will put in Poltringen. If needed, we'll move from Poltringen to Amerbuch. Also, I'm slightly worried that the enemies are quite close. I don't know whether it's a good assumption or not, but we are also covered by the ridge itself. I'm not expecting any forces sitting here, despite those positions are perfect. We'll find out. We don't have information that they are stationing here, and also we can deploy our units over there, so I'm assuming they are not stationing anywhere close. And they are defending somewhere here in the Tübingen. They are also quite reduced in assets, so let's see. What's here? That's the HQ for tank company? Is it HQ with 3 tanks? Okay. So tanks can deploy this way, which is not great. And I think we are going to keep them here. So from that direction, which is Rothenburg am Neckar, we will go simply through the open field or follow the road. It should follow the road to maximize the mobility. And we'll try to occupy the ridge southwest of Tübingen. And from that location, we'll try to provide as much fire support as possible. So yeah, we can stack those tank platoons together. Regarding HQ will move to Hirschau as well. So we'll put HQ slightly behind, just to avoid enemy fire. We don't know though how much we should expect. 2 batteries, as far as I remember, which is fine. Next, we have anti-tank platoons. Oh, and we can forward deploy them. This is quite tempting. Okay. What's the maximum distance for tow? Weapons. 3.7 kilometers. So if I turn on range, no ranges, SOP. That's the fire medium range. Of course, we are going to increase it, but even with fire medium range, oh yeah, that's a decent result. That's a very decent result. I feel like that's quite close to the front line though. I don't know whether I should risk it. Despite having thermal imagers, which are great. Line of sight again. I'm sorry, maybe SOPs. Yeah, it says a bit more for me. Okay. Well, it's not perfect, but it seems to be decent enough. Isn't that quite too close to the front line though? Hmm. Okay, and also the question is whether it makes sense to split them. So from that direction we'll have tank support. And now about those anti-tank sections. They have to station slightly, maybe not far away, but further away, that's for sure, from the front line, because they are really, really vulnerable to any kind of fire. But with those thermal imagers, they are quite effective. Problem is where to deploy them. It's about here. Oh, that's a good location. Here we have the range marker of 3.5 kilometers. That sounds really, really decent. Yeah, that position is good. That's really good. We can see a lot from that. Okay, so let's grab first section. Those are sections, no platoons. Worth to remember. Okay. I would like to place one here. The dilemma. Trying to maximize its range. I think that, yeah, that hex is perfect. What about that hex? That hex is decent, not perfect, it's decent. Nothing special. That one is good, but it's quite close to the front line. That one is fine, but it's also quite close. That hex over here is also good. What about second section? Where is the second section? Okay, it's here. Would like to place you over there, buddy. It's a confirm line of sight. Yep, that looks good. What about here? Okay, that's also good position to cover. About here. Oh, that's not a very good position. But that one is better. Or actually, it provides a lot of access on the river itself, so it doesn't really matter. We're here, here, we're here, we're here. Oh, what about that? By placing one unit over there, we can also try to cut off any reinforcements coming from Frondorf. Which also makes sense. So, to be fair, it's quite close to the front line, but maybe it's worth risking. Also, we can move to the left if we need. Okay, so let's grab third platoon. I will place you over there. Oh, we can also place you over here. That's slightly closer. Okay, I would rather leave it as it is. And what about the fourth one? Maybe it should be wise to operate quite close over here. I don't know. That hex is okay. That hex is terrible. Okay, that hex is really good, but it's quite open, unfortunately. Oh my god, this is so problematic every time. About here. That's also a bad position. Doesn't provide much information. Much line of sight. Well, maybe I should deploy them over here. Maybe at least one over there. My god, why those line of sights from that location are so bad? They are really, really bad. And also I'm trying to maximize my fire superiority over in the area, so I could leave one anti-tank section over here just as a screening element to avoid any enemy units departure from Tübingen towards west. But the other hand, I think I would prefer to keep my units together. So let's put HQ in Kusterdingen, whatever it is. How is it called? Let me check. Kusterdingen, okay. And that last anti-tank platoon, where it is? Okay, it's here. I think I would like to place it. Wait a second, what about that location? Okay, that's also. Well, that one is decent. It's okay. I think like I could take it. Provide some information over that area. Nothing special though. Hmm. The location also doesn't look well. Oh, this is so complicated. Okay, let's leave them here. Why do you complain? Range to HQ. It has to be in 4? God. If I place you over there, are you satisfied? There's only one. Too much. Okay, I think that's fine. Shouldn't hurt us. Okay, so my anti-tank sections are deployed. Trying to cover as many approaches as possible. What's that HQ? Is that the main HQ? Yeah, I think so. So that's the brigade HQ, right? No, we have two dashes, so that's a battalion HQ. Okay. Battalion HQ. I don't know. It doesn't really matter where I will place you. Let's keep you in Bull for now. Or Kilchberg. In Kilchberg. You can station in Kilchberg. That's fine. Line of sight. You shouldn't be able to spot you. I think only signal intelligence is a danger for us. Now we have who is left? We have some tanks left. Okay. Some infantry and even more dilemmas. How cool it is. Okay, so we've selected a tank platoon. Now let's see where we can place you. We could stack the anti-tank platoon, anti-tank section, I'm sorry, with the tank platoon. That shouldn't be a problem. You can also push forward tanks up here. It's also, I think, decent position for them. The problem is what we are going to do next. Okay, looks like we cannot really provide a lot of fire support. Our line of sight is limited for now. Yeah. Oh my god, that blue color is blending with. It's about here. Okay, that's not great position. That one is decent. That one is also okay. What's the cover and concealment? Concealment is 92, cover 78. Low mobility though. But that should be fine. Let's place you over here. And we'll just move to that position. We have one more tank platoon left. And I think you guys will try to operate over here. Try to set up there on that little salient. Then move forward. Oh, that's very special position. Oh my god, this is so frustrating managing all of that. The problem is that you can imagine that okay, you are sitting here and you are expecting, oh okay, there's a unit. I'm pretty sure I can hit them, and then you realize you cannot. Yeah, so that tank will deploy on that little salient. And who is left? There is some kind of HQ. HQ for who? That's the A company. Okay. Well, that's nomenclature for Canadian forces. It's I'm not gonna lie, but for me it's a bit terrible. Unless it means first platoon, A company, first battalion. Oh, yeah, it's quite readable. But what does it mean that? I mean, 1C RCD, is that what's that? Is it some kind of detachment from the C company? Oh yeah, it is. It really is. Okay. Why is that? Why they are assigned to mechanized infantry? And why is that AT also assigned to mechanized infantry? Can I reorder you? I would like to do it because it doesn't make sense. I don't want tanks to be under mechanized infantry control. I mean, it's related with the orders, and if they assign as a kind of support for the infantry, it makes sense. Okay, but I feel like for that scenario, I would rather prefer to modify that because it's quite misleading for me. How could I do it? Detach and make unit independent. No, select unit and subordinate as current group. I would like I would like to move it. Simply move it. Can I move it? I can. Thank you. This is great. Yeah, let's send them back to C company and also that AT element back to AT. I think this is platoon PL. So yep, now it's better. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong, but hopefully not. And here we have also HQ for them. I wouldn't mind to send that HQ somewhere closer though. For example, here, or maybe even to Weilheim. So let's deploy them with the first platoon and we will send them back simply. Okay? So little bit of a reorganization. I don't know whether it's a good decision or not. I can understand why is that to assign certain elements from different companies to direct support of different elements as well, which makes sense. I can understand it. I just don't know whether I need it right now because I'm not going to really send tanks with my infantry. First of all, we are going to set up some kind of a bridgehead, some kind of positions, fire support positions, try to eliminate as many enemies as possible, provide a lot of artillery support, and then when we are maybe not 100% sure, but we know that we've managed to inflict some losses on enemy forces, we'll send infantry. But still, I'm not very happy that I have to send my infantry to such terrain because it's gonna be a problem. Okay, so now we are left with two infantry companies and also with the mortar support. Okay, what's the maximum? Let's start with mortars. What's the maximum range for 81 mil mortars weapon? 4.6 kilometers. Okay, this is fine, and that's the max. So we will place them in. Wow. Okay, Aspan. I need to zoom in. This is tough, and move that to the unit back. Aspen, Hausinlung. Is it L here? Aspen Hausinlung. I hope I pronounced it pretty well. I'm very sorry for all Germans who are listening to it. But I'm trying. I'm trying to do my best. It's still better than my French, which is nowhere. Okay, so mortars will station over there. We can. Okay, we don't have the whole tubing in range, but this is okay. This is decent enough. I think we can target both objectives, Maple and Sucre. Should be fine. And now we have our mechanized infantry. What to do with our mechanized infantry? They can deploy in quite decent positions. There is HQ. HQ will probably stay somewhere here. What about those platoons? Let's start with that position, for example, and let's turn on line of sight. Oh, you cannot see anything. You don't have any. No, you have night vision goggles, right? You have. Okay. So we just need to hide them. That's all what we need to do for now. I wouldn't mind actually to capture those two locations and that one. That sounds like a plan. So we can start in the city with the second platoon, or maybe let's do it differently. First platoon here, second platoon at the center. We'll try to occupy that position, and the third platoon will station over there. That's the plan. So, I haven't mentioned though, but we are going to send our infantry. One of the companies, the D company, will attack from that direction, from the ridges, through the woodland, to Hagelhoch, trying to capture those bridges over there. Maybe go through the urban terrain. But we'll see. For now, we are going to establish some positions over on that ridge. The A company will try to set up positions around. Oh my God, how is that river called? Steinlach, Steinlach River. So down here, we will not push forward for now because it's not needed. But we'll set up positions over there, and then the B company will simply attack from southeastern direction towards the Sucre objective. We can establish some firing positions over here on that little ridge overlooking the city, and that's the plan. We could also try to outflank the enemies and attack from the right side, but I feel like splitting my forces again is not the best idea. Though I could do it, I'm just not sure whether they are not holding those positions. I have a feeling that there's enemy scouts somewhere and they will certainly hit me while crossing the river, so it's a bit risky move. I feel like if I want to capture Tübingen, I should first capture a southern objective, Sucre, then get as much as possible the fire control of those two bridges, push push enemies slightly back from Tübingen towards Lustenau area, and then try to cross. It's still dangerous, but there's no other options. Problem is that they will hold it really strong in Tübingen. It's a lot of urban area around, which is always a problem. In general, attacking any kind of urban area is terrible. The best way would be to simply envelop it and wait for enemies to surrender if possible. Bombard them with artillery, and bring in some closer support. Uh, Put down on them some good bombs like 500 kilograms or 1 ton bombs, and try to starve them out if you have time, of course. Okay, so B company is deployed. Now the A company. So A company will. That blue color is annoying because I can barely see it. I'm going to zoom into that area, so that's a bit more visible. So here we have HQ. Actually, HQ can station here. Cover 63%, concealment 70. That's fine. My platoons will station where. So maybe first platoon forward, second platoon slightly behind. Let me just take a look at those hexes. They are fine. The third platoon overlooking their position just in case. Of course, we don't know where enemies are. I can also expect them to be very close. Should be devastating, but it is what it is. Oh. Okay. That anti-tank platoon has a problem. But I could move it to under A company command. And now it's perfect. Okay. Yep. That sounds like a good plan. Here I have my tanks. They have also penalty, but they will get closer, and my HQ for tanks will station in Weilheim. Okie dokie. So looks like most of the units are deployed. Now we should jump to putting some good SOPs. I think the most important SOPs will be for infantry itself, because we need to take care of how they dismount from the vehicles. Honestly, I would like to remove those vehicles. They are unnecessary here. We shouldn't use them at all. doesn't make any sense. They are just a stupid trap for infantry, especially while operating in the heavy urban or woodland area. But it is what it is. We cannot really change that. We just need to take care of SOP and focus on passenger disembark at range, one from end of path, and also from enemy. Or we can even increase it to 5 or 6 or whatever we want. And I think we'll do so. But that's something for the next video. It's already 30 minutes, so I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully see you in the next one, where we will assign SOPs and maybe we'll find time to finally start the first cycle, but I doubt. We'll see. Either way, once again, thank you and see you next time. Goodbye.